especially
Mm.
on Tuesday and Saturday for the foam party.
Wow.
I'm not sure if you've been to the foam party in Siargao Beach Club, Liz.
Not yet, not
No?
yet.
While the world's still asleep, we're already grinding. Walking foreign streets, big city lights so blinding. Learning and hustling in this relentless game. The emerge pods next up, we're breaking the frame.
All right, so mabuhay. Today we have an inspiring guest whose journey perfectly blends the freedom of remote work with the power of building communities in Siargao, Philippines. Joining us today is Jan, the founder of Nomads in Paradise. How are you, Jan?
Hello, Liz. I'm good today. Yep. Thank you for having me
Good.
here.
Of course, of course. So, from which part of the world are you from now?
At the moment, I'm in LA, Los Angeles, waiting for my flight back to the Philippines.
Oh, okay, that's good to hear. I hope everything is okay and safe there. So, first and foremost, definitely it's important that we start with this big question, Jan. What inspired you to start Nomads in Paradise in the Philippines?
My original inspiration is pretty much to give access for Filipinos to this kind of events and communities. Because
Mm,
personally, I've made the best friends and connections on Nomad events and conferences. And I also learned a lot in personal life and also for business. So I got a lot of business ideas or just like things that people told me that were like a couple of steps ahead of me how they are doing it, so I could either apply it to my own business or just see, okay, they tried it, it didn't work, so maybe let's think
mm,
about something else first and focus on something else. So you get a lot of information and tips for free on those events that you usually
yeah.
have to pay hundreds of thousands of dollars for. And if you can connect with people over a beer or a coffee over a dinner, then they just become your friends or your acquaintances and they give you all this information for free. Because at the end,
Mm,
everybody loves to help other people. And I noticed that on those kind of events, there were barely any Filipino, mostly none at all.
wow,
And
okay.
despite that there's so many, especially since COVID, Filipino remote workers, and also if you
Mm,
travel, you can see quite a few Filipinos, especially in Southeast Asia. But
mm,
that's exactly also the reason why you don't see them on those kind of events, because usually they're in Europe, they're in Latin America, they're in the Caribbean, Mexico, and that's very hard for Filipinos to travel there, especially for the
yeah.
ones that are just starting out their remote work, their nomad career. So my
Mm,
inspiration was, well, Filipinos can't go to those events because of their passport. So I have to bring an event to the Philippines because that's the only country where they definitely don't have a visa problem. And that was the original inspiration.
that sounds really amazing. I believe it's great that you really bring access to Filipinos. That leads me to my next question, Jan. Bringing access to the Philippines, why specifically in Siargao?
Siargao is pretty much the hook, a little bit for the Filipinos, but also the foreigners to go there in the first place, because
Mm,
everybody is hearing about Siargao at the moment inside the Philippines, but
mm-hmm.
also outside the Philippines in the nomad community. It becomes more and more famous. Some people say it's the new Bali. I hope not, to be
Mm.
honest. but
Yeah.
but that's pretty much the hook to the Philippines for everybody
Mm-hmm.
to come there. It's one of the, I mean, there's so many beautiful islands in the Philippines,
Definitely.
but
Yeah, yeah.
Siargao has a little bit more infrastructure for digital nomads than many of the other
Mm,
islands. I mean, Sikihor, super beautiful, Anido,
mm.
super beautiful, but it's a little bit lacking the nomad infrastructure like co-working spaces,
Yeah.
co-living spaces. And in Siargao, you have all of this right now. So it's actually a little bit easier to make it attractive for foreigners, because if they hear Philippines, they often, the first question that comes, how's the internet? and
Yeah. Exactly, exactly. And traffic.
Yeah, traffic. Yeah, in Manila, especially. Usually, with foreigners, they're not as aware that Manila is one of the cities with the worst traffic on earth. It's more the
Mm-hmm.
internet thing that they are worried about. Obviously,
Oh,
as remote workers, you need
yeah.
stable internet, and I can always tell them internet is fine. It's better than in Europe. Your enemy is power cuts, so you have to be a little bit
Yes.
more prepared
Yes.
than in other places of the world. But I'm
Mm.
from Germany, and I can assure you the internet is better than in most places in Germany or even entire Europe in the Philippines. Your only enemy is
I see.
the not so stable power situation.
I see, I see. I think, you've captured most of the important things why we see a lot of foreigners already in Siargao. But I never thought it was because of the internet infrastructure. If we can actually look into the accessibility of the internet, I think this is also the main idea why there are a lot of foreign businesses in Siargao. And do you think also that this is one part of the reason why Nomads in Paradise is thriving in Siargao? It is because of the booming businesses of the foreigners there.
Yeah, definitely, because it makes it also a lot easier for us to organize things. Because
Mm,
if there are already lots of business people, and it's not only foreigners.
mm.
I mean, obviously, foreigners teach the locals also a bit more how to run a business, how to do
Yeah,
everything
yeah.
properly, and it's obviously easier for if you organize something if you know this business is properly run in a professional
Mm,
way. So you can talk to the owners, or even if it's just the manager, way differently
mm.
because you don't have to explain them why it's good for them to host this
Oh,
event.
yeah.
And that's a struggle in many of the other islands that have a little bit less foreigners there, or even
Mm,
also, I would say, I know Filipinos think there's lots and lots of foreigners in Siargao, but if you compare it to Thailand, Vietnam, Bali, in comparison, there's still literally none there. So uh, what I think is also Siargao sees a lot of Filipinos actually that are very well educated, that run their own businesses. There's so many
mm,
Filipino run businesses in the Philippines, and for most of those
mm,
business owners, it's their secondary business, their puppet project, their passion project, because many have a
mm,
business in Manila or Cebu,
mm.
Davao, and but they live in Siargao because they prefer to live in Siargao. So why not start a side hustle there in Siargao? The girl that runs the biggest
Mm.
club, Siargao Beach Club, her main business, I mean, by
Yeah.
now, maybe Siargao Beach Club is the main business, but she started as a side hustle, several businesses in Manila already. And
Oh,
there are
I see.
several examples like this.
I see, I see. You've mentioned a while ago comparing Bali and Siargao. What do you think makes Siargao better than Bali as of now with the foreigners?
I would say due to the Philippines is a little bit more expensive than Bali, especially
Yeah.
Vietnam or Thailand. It
Mm,
might sound counterintuitive at the beginning, but it
mm,
filters people. If the price is a little bit higher, it filters out the people with a very low mindset. So that maybe they still have
mm,
their 9 to 5. They in the US and Europe they would barely
mm-hmm,
make a living. But in Vietnam it's fine. But their mindset is
mm-hmm,
still employee mindset. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just like for networking and making good connections that can actually help you grow your business, grow your career. Those people are not very helpful and a little bit, it's not so beneficial to you to connect to them. And then I think
mm,
in Siargao, you have very good networking opportunities with foreigners because they don't mind that they pay double than what they would pay in Vietnam because
mm,
they're there for the vibe. But also networking with actually Filipinos is very high
mm-hmm,
end in Siargao due to the fact that
mm,
many business owners from Manila or Cebu actually stay quite often in Siargao and have their businesses there. That's why it's excellent
I see.
networking, much better than in the Nomad, the famous Nomad hubs. I mean, you have also some super successful entrepreneurs there, but you have to be way
Mm,
more selective. And at the end, it
mm.
also comes down. The difference is in Siargao, you have Filipinos, while
Yes,
in the other
yes.
in the other countries, I mean, you may have a few, but it's not the majority, and Filipinos by
Mm-hmm.
nature speak English, which makes it obviously a very different experience all the time. And also, this that there's no language barrier. It everything is more open. You can connect with everybody way more easily. And Filipinos want
Mm-hmm.
to connect with foreigners, which is often not the case in the other countries, which makes it a very big difference for me too.
Oh, understood, understood. So I think what really captured me was you've mentioned mindset. And I think that is what really caught the attention of a lot of people about your community of digital nomads. So can you describe to me what kind of mindset does a digital nomad has?
Usually, I mean, not everybody, but me in person and most people I know who are doing this lifestyle for longer, the highest
Mm-hmm.
priority that goes over everything else is usually freedom. And that doesn't stop at the freedom of location so that you can literally
Mm-hmm.
work from everywhere. It's also a
Mm-hmm.
freedom of like time. That's actually way more important so that you can choose
Yeah,
when to work, what to do. I could make a lot more money if I would have a schedule, but I don't want to have a schedule, and I value this freedom of time way more than
yeah.
the money I could make with not having this freedom. But like this,
Mm-hmm.
I can see my son for his birthday every year in August in
Mm-hmm.
Mexico. Then I go a few
Yes.
days to the US to do some business and banking errands, and then
Mm-hmm.
fly back
Mm-hmm.
to the Philippines while also visiting
Mm-hmm.
my parents and grandparents in Germany twice a year. And with a schedule, I couldn't do that at the end because,
Mm-hmm.
oh, I
Mm-hmm.
can only fly on Saturdays and Sundays. I
Mm.
cannot take a Monday off just because. So
Yes, yes.
that's usually the mindset that you also get from people that don't worry about a 9 to 5 anymore, because usually you get the highest quality of life if you don't
Exactly,
have to worry
exactly.
about schedules and which
Yeah.
time you have to sell to make money, or how many hours per day you have to sell of your time to
Yeah.
actually make
Mm-hmm.
a month's end. So this for me is worth so much more than making
Mm-hmm.
50,000 euros a month and then not knowing how to spend it because I have no time to spend it.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely. That's really beautiful. I think that's something that captures a lot of the mindset and lifestyle of people, most especially in the Philippines, because Filipinos are known to be happy people, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I think what really is something that is interesting with Nomads in Paradise that really captured our attention since last year was the programs and also the workshops and talks that you guys have rolled out. The topics were really interesting, that captured the attention and also invited the well like minded people. So, could you walk me through what are you expecting now for this year for Nomads in Paradise in your event?
Last year we actually had like almost only foreigners, which was a little bit. I mean, it was still successful for us because it was the very
Yes, yes.
first time. But you know, my
Mm-hmm.
intention was to bring it to Filipinos. So if you only have
Of
foreigners,
course.
it's obviously
Mm-hmm.
very
Mm-hmm.
limited impact to Filipinos. But this year we
Uh-huh.
actually, so far we have around 50-50. So it's like we already have around
Amazing.
40 Filipinos and more or less the same number of foreigners, actually also mostly Asians, Japanese, Taiwanese, joining this event. And we will be
Mm-hmm.
fewer people than last year because
Mm-hmm.
timing for the Europeans and Americans is not so perfect like last year in
Yes, yes.
September, but
Mm-hmm.
that doesn't matter. We're still around 80 to 100 people. The
Yes.
smaller group makes it
Mm-hmm.
a little bit more intimate, and
Mm-hmm.
we will still have amazing speakers and workshops
Mm-hmm.
that are ranging. The topics are ranging from nomad lifestyle, obviously personal development, AI,
Mm-hmm.
the main headline of everything at the moment.
Yes.
And
Yes.
obviously, networking, we facilitate networking literally every day. The main idea
Mm-hmm.
is you learn new stuff from the conference, but the networking, the casual networking, is actually where you get the most value at the end, because some of
Mm-hmm.
those people sell their courses for like I told you before, thousands of dollars, and you have
Mm-hmm.
to pay for that. And if you go to
Mm-hmm.
an event like Nomads in Paradise, you get this information for free over a beer, and maybe they even help you individually to set something up.
So Jan, I want us to make sure that we are also describing the experience of Nomads in Paradise, the event for next month, to our viewers as well. So can you walk me through what are the activities they are expecting, and also the difference between the gold and the silver ticket?
Yes. So the entire event is 8 days long. So it's intentionally a little bit longer, that it's less dense. Because if you go to
Mm,
those weekend or just 1 day events, you
mm,
may be able to connect to other attendees, but you will have a very hard time to actually connect to the people that are on stage, the people that are
yeah.
shown as the experts in their field. Because even if you have their super VIP ticket and can go to the after party and can be
Mm,
able to have a talk with the year speaker, this speaker will have to talk to so many people in this very short time.
exactly.
You will have absolutely no possibility to have a connection. Your goal would
Mm,
be to get somehow a LinkedIn or an Instagram follow or connection to follow up with on something later, and be so special that you stay in the mind of this expert. During this kind of event,
oh.
you don't need to do that. You don't need to have this super networking approach where I have to stand out extremely to actually
Mm,
be able to connect with the people I want to connect to, because
mm-hmm,
it's a casual setup. We start on
mm,
Sunday with the reception, so everybody comes there and registers. So where you get your wristbands, your goodie bag, your badge. And the badge will also state if somebody's an attendee, a sponsor, or a speaker. So
yeah.
the badge is already like, okay, I have like something to talk about. For example, if it's a speaker, or there will also be
Yeah.
some questions on there that you can just ask that the attendees write on there, just to have some
Mm-hmm.
conversation starters. And the entire thing will be at Ocean 101, which is a beachfront resort in
Wow, perfect,
Siargao.
perfect.
Yes.
Yes.
So you can already start networking there in a very casual style, over a beer, over dinner there. And
Mm-hmm.
Monday morning starts the actual conference part.
Mm,
The conference part will always be in the morning from 9:30 probably till 12:30 1
mm-hmm.
p.m. And
Mm-hmm.
before that, on some of the days, we also offer yoga or surfing lessons. Surfing lessons still will
Wow.
depend a little bit on the waves and the tides and
Yeah.
everything.
Uh-huh.
And you can
Mm-hmm.
either start your day with yoga, surfing, or just relaxed with breakfast,
Mm-hmm.
and then
Wow.
go
Uh-huh.
to the conference. Hear the speakers, the expert, give you some insights and advice
Mm-hmm.
about their topics. And then the
Mm-hmm.
afternoon, it's always a little bit up to the attendee what they are going to make with it. There is time to work if they actually have to work, because the afternoon is pretty much open. We start having a program again from 3 p.m. onwards. So between like 12,
Mm-hmm.
1 and 3, everybody has time to do whatever they want, having lunch
Mm-hmm.
or get some work done.
Okay.
And then we have, for example, there will be workshops for some topics like
Mm-hmm.
company creation lists, right?
Wow.
But
Yes, definitely. Mm-hmm.
and,
Definitely, yes.
and also other steps. There will be an unconference.
Mm.
Unconference means anybody can get the stage. So even if you're not pre-selected as a
Oh.
speaker, The Jan conference is your chance to actually pitch your topic to everybody, so that you can find actually people that are interested in this particular topic, even if it's maybe not a topic that would be everybody would be interested in. So it's not conclusion enough maybe for the stage, or you're just too afraid to be on the stage. But you want to find
Definitely.
but you want to find your smaller group of people you can talk to about this specific topic, and can be anything as long as it's legal. So no drugs. But
Noted.
yeah.
Yes.
But apart from that, it doesn't even have to be nomad related. If you try to find, for example,
Oh.
if you want to write a book and you want to find people that either have done it already or are doing it as well, you could, for example, pitch that and make an unconference about how to write a book, or whatever else comes to mind. And there will also be networking dinners. So those are
Okay.
dinners that are organized, and also for a fee, where there will be a buffet food included, and you can talk to the people over dinner. And it's intentionally buffet so that you can switch positions, you can switch
Oh.
people, because sometimes at this networking dinners with like 20 people, you're kind of stuck. If it's not buffet, you're stuck to the
You're
two
just
that are
there.
next to you, or maybe four if
Yeah.
you have somebody sitting opposite of you. And to talk to anyone else other than those right next to you, it's impossible. That's why we make sure it's buffet, so you can just freely move between people. But this is a paid networking part. But there's also parts that are just for free, or you pretty much pay your
Yeah.
drinks. There will be karaoke. But there's also,
Oh, perfect.
yes, there's also every evening we will meet at the bar for drinks, where it's also obviously networking in a casual way. So we will recommend every
Wow.
evening one bar where we can just meet and hang out, have conversations over a beer, over a cocktail, a juice. If you don't drink alcohol, it doesn't.
Or water to stay
Or
hydrated.
water, yeah, to stay hydrated. And yeah, that in the evening it can be that slow, or we will also go to Siargao Beach Club, especially on Tuesday and Saturday for the foam party,
Wow.
because that
Wow.
was
Okay.
what last year's attendees liked the most, the crazy foam party. I'm not sure if you have been to the foam party in Siargao Beach Club, Liz.
Not yet. Not
No?
yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been to
That's
many places
fun.
in the world, but foam party wise, there's nothing better than at Siargao Beach Club.
Wow.
And
I'm in the Philippines, but I haven't been into a foam party in Siargao.
you will soon.
Okay. So definitely it sounds like um what you just described on the website, and from what you guys described, Nomads at Paradise event. It's paradise in connection.
Yes.
So are you expecting like variation of industries, different specific background? Like what are you expecting? What kind of people comes in with the businesses?
There will be all kinds of different people. So we already have like an AI specialist from Iloilo. He's
Wow, okay.
actually Filipino. We have
Perfect, yeah.
somebody who is running a podcast and is teaching people how to make a living out of podcasts, even if you have like just a very small following. We have people
Wow.
from Japan that run nomad communities there and will teach how to also get some government support. I hope we're successful with that soon too, but so
Yes.
far.
Definitely, definitely.
But there's literally for everything related to nomad lifestyle and business, there will be people there. And maybe also to the previous question, because I didn't come to the difference between gold and silver, remember?
Yes, yes. Go ahead. Please do.
There's also something that I highly recommend participating is on Saturday. So because the conference is from Monday to Friday, and then we have still the weekend left. And on
Yes.
a Saturday, we will do a full day island hopping tour. If
Wow.
weather permits, it will be Mum on Island, so the one that not everybody
Yes.
has been to. If you just do have your weekend trip to Siargao, you probably have not made it to Mum on Island, but it's the most
Yes.
beautiful outlying island there, in my opinion. And we will probably have it more or less to our own
Mm.
during that day. And it will also obviously include the regular bull fight and drinks and everything. We will stop
Mm-hmm.
in Naked Island on the way back for the sunset. And this
Mm-hmm.
excursion is also the perfect way to connect and network with people, because where could you do this better than in swimwear and at the beach in the water? That's how you can
Mm-hmm.
genuinely connect with people if you have a talk there over business or just some personal matters. And
Uh-huh.
there's two types of tickets, and in the silver ticket, you have pretty much the conference included, all
Yes.
the regular unpaid extra events included.
Mm-hmm.
And in the gold ticket, there's all the extra paid events already included.
Mm.
So that means the excursion to Mamon is included, the networking dinners are
Mm-hmm.
included, and
Mm-hmm.
the surfing lesson is also included in the gold ticket. In
Yes.
silver ticket, you have the option to individually add this on to your experience. But the best
Mm-hmm.
value is if you just get the gold
Of
ticket.
course, yeah. The
Because
full experience.
yes, exactly, the full experience. And on Sunday, that's
Yes.
actually our last day, we will have
Mm-hmm.
something that's called improv as well. So it's improv theater, where somebody will give attendees some situation, and then you can actually either participate in this and do this, or just watch it. And it's a very funny thing to do.
Yeah.
And have you done improv theater this?
Just once or twice. I'm
Yeah.
not really good at it. But that is actually really fun.
Yeah.
That's really good.
Yeah, and we will also be in the mangroves at Kanaloa for some
Oh, yeah.
firefly.
I love that
So,
place.
so even if you do not participate in the improv, it's super
Yeah.
nice to be there at the beach, and we will show
Mm,
some pictures and some shorter
mm,
videos from the entire week at the end of the event, and we'll also
mm.
give a short outlook on what's next, and also give some recommendations what to do next. There's some other Nomad
Mm.
events people can go to, and obviously also when we're gonna plan next year's Nomads in Paradise at the end. So this will be the Sunday, and this will be the end of it. But in general, you have the morning conferences, and the afternoon is for casual connecting, people, new
Yes.
people, making friends, and
Mm-hmm.
having a good time.
Looks like a well packed and well curated event. I have followed you guys ever since. And what I really love the most about this event is actually how it's very curated, from the kinds of the discussions that you actually roll out, the speakers that you choose, and most especially, it binds together with business and pleasure, with drinking and being casual. And I think that's the best way to go whenever you find a connection in terms of your business, in terms of leisure, and I think eventually to stay friends with your connections. And with this event, Jan, do you accept walk-ins for your events?
In general, a little bit yes and a little bit no.
Yes, okay.
And
What do you mean about that? Mm.
obviously, if you show up on that Sunday and are willing to pay the highest price in cash,
Why not?
we will accept that. Uh, but for
Why
example,
not? Why not? Yes.
if you say like I only want the excursion, then no, we will not
Mm,
accept
okay.
that. because
Mm,
that would be disrespectful to the people that actually
of
bought
course.
a ticket and want to
The
network with
tickets,
other
yeah.
people that
Mm,
are attending this event, and people that
mm,
only want to see the excursion. That's from the mindset
right.
already not the right people we are looking for. But in general, we accept everybody who's interested in nomad lifestyle, in business. So there's no
Mm,
application process. So if you want to join, you're free to join. But
that's
it
really
has
good.
to be
Yeah,
through a ticket, and obviously it makes it a lot easier for us to organize things
of
if
course.
people get their
Hmm.
ticket as early as possible.
That is actually a perfect way to to invite people as early as now. We have weeks and days to go to make sure to secure those tickets. So where do we find those tickets, Jan? How do we get those?
The tickets you can find on the website, so you can pretty much Google
Mm-hmm.
Nomads in Paradise, and it
Mm.
will show up in the first result. And on the website, you find the two different tickets, gold and silver ticket.
Silver.
And we
Yeah.
also have a special discount for everybody listening to the
Mm-hmm.
Hub podcast. If you
Yes.
put as discount code ImmerHub,
Mm-hmm.
you will get
Mm-hmm.
20% off from the ticket price.
Yes. Perfect, perfect. And where do they actually reach out if they have any questions, Jan? Do you guys have a number, an email address that they can actually reach out to?
Yes, they can either reach out on Instagram, maybe the easiest
Mm-hmm.
way for
Mm-hmm.
Filipinos. It's also
Yes.
Nomads in Paradise, or NIP underscore Nomads in Paradise. You will find that on Google
Okay.
as well, and probably in the show notes. And
And
there's
we'll
also
show it here.
Yeah, and there's also a WhatsApp number on the website. So
Mm-hmm.
there's a QR code with WhatsApp on the website. You can scan it, and then you
Yes.
can text us
Mm-hmm.
directly on WhatsApp, and it's either
Mm-hmm.
me or my business partner answering there. So it's not AI
Perfect.
or a bot. So it's it's
It's
actually
real human beings.
yes. So every
Good,
question can be
good.
asked there. It's actually also like there's some subgroups you can
Mm,
join. Because it's a community, not just one chat. So there's
that's
also some
good.
questions
Yeah.
probably already answered.
Perfect. And I noticed you guys have a WhatsApp community where you actually roll out your announcements as well, so they can join there, right?
Yes, the WhatsApp community, we announce everything there as
Mm,
well. But during the event,
mm-hmm,
there will also be a dedicated event app where we will do
mm-hmm.
announcements and everything, and only attendees will have access to this app. The WhatsApp group
Oh, I
is
see.
obviously by design not as exclusive because
Mm-hmm.
we cannot really control who is joining there for sure.
Yeah,
We will
yeah,
also use
yeah.
that for communication, but the schedule and everything, there will be a dedicated event app just for the event. And there will also be announcements and the schedule and everything.
Okay, thank you so much, Jan. I'm really excited. A lot of people are already asking about Nomads and Paradise, and I'm looking forward to making connections and also learning from your speaking engagements and segments. So, thank you so much again, Jan. Invite us into any of your future endeavors as well and events, and we'll make sure that we'll be following you guys soon.
Thank you, Liz, also for giving us this exposure here and sharing and inviting people to join us in Siargao in
Mm-hmm.
September 14 to 21. Actually, I don't think we have mentioned the dates yet, right? So
Oh, yes. Go ahead, please, please plug the event,
yeah.
please.
Yes, it will be September 14 to 21 in General Luna,
Hmm.
Sugar, so in the southern part where the most infrastructure and everything is at. And maybe also for
Hmm.
Filipinos, especially, there will be General Luna Fiesta is at the
Wow.
21st as well. So that might be another reason to go to Siargao right during this
Mm,
time. And for the
mm.
foreigners that don't know what's a fiesta, that pretty much means government organized party at the beach and maybe free food.
Well, you're in the Philippines. Everything is free when it's fiesta,
Yeah.
definitely. So it's perfect timing also for Nomads in Paradise. So I believe that's one reason to go to Siargao, but another bigger reason would be the Nomads in Paradise happening in September, right?
Yes, September
All
14th
right,
to 21.
to 21. Yes. Thank you so much, Jan. Again, thanks for having us. And we'll make sure to see you there.
Thank you again also for having me here, Liz, and see you soon in Siargao.
The emerge pods next up, we're breaking the frame. Big city lights, woo, so blinding. Check it out, okay, yeah.